yourmom.com with your co-host Skidmark Supreme.
And tonsil tattoo.
Today, I think I know what I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I want to talk about the epidemic of butt cracks at our school.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's becoming a really bad problem at this point. I honestly don't understand why it's so hard to cover your butt up.
So, during lunch, me and Tonsil sit across from each other, and behind her, I don't know if it's the same guy, but it's always like around the same seat. There's this person who will just not pull up his pants and his butt crack is flapping out. Do you just not feel that breeze on you?
I honestly think there might be a cursed seat there because there has to be something not right with that area because it's always at the same table.
Do you not feel like that breeze going down into the canyon?
The canyon,
Maybe
the meat, the meaty flesh canyon.
the meaty flesh canyon. Maybe next time we should take a french fry and try to shoot it in it.
Possibly, because they are quite wide. I feel like it would fit right
It's
down in there.
wide open, not narrow, that's for sure.
Mouth wide open. Mouth wide open.
Okay. Well, also, I say this because one of my other friends got pictures of one of our Spanish teachers just digging for gold in his canyon.
Digging deep too. That he was full on hand in the hole.
Hand deep. He was wrangling it.
Wrangling his gold.
Right? Oh. Oh no. No. Actually.
No.
No. And I also want to talk about, because we're doing something for school today about citations. So I
Mm.
use a citation generator. I use Scriber, and I saw that the citation generator wasn't doing MLA format and was doing a different type of format, so I had to I had to redo it all.
I would actually probably kill myself. Luckily for me, I used the same thing that I did last year or last semester, so that I don't have to go back and do that. But I'm definitely messing up on the fact that we have to do an alphabetical order because apparently I don't know my alphabet.
Do we have to put our annotated bib in alphabetical order?
Yes, that's what I mean. Did you not know that?
No.
Oops. Well,
No.
good thing I told you.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the Asian chicken?
The Asian chicken that made me throw up? Yes. We should definitely talk about that.
So there was a day at school and the teacher said that for lunch today is a hamburger something. I don't remember. Just like a hamburger and Asian chicken. And I was like, what is Asian chicken? But I was too sick to think to ask. So I was on my last leg waiting for my mom to pick me up. And then Tonsil calls me later that night and she explained what the Asian chicken was, and I want you to explain it again.
Okay, so I was very intrigued when I heard about this because I like food of all types. Well, I get down to the cafeteria and I walk in there and I see chicken nuggets, but they're no different than the normal chicken nugget. But then there's this little bitty sauce cup. And I'm like, well, let's try it out. And the lunch lady yells at me and is like, get you your Asian chicken. So I picked it up as a scared person would do. And then I went and I tried it. And the sauce was very zesty. That's the only way I can describe it. But immediately the feeling of just nausea hit me. And I started having stomach pains. And I threw up multiple times. I was thinking about suing number one for the fact that they called that Asian chicken, even though it was just sweet and sour sauce on a chicken nugget, and also for the fact that I ended up getting sick multiple times.
Well,
But
maybe you just got sick because you have a bad gut.
maybe, but that was the new thing, and everybody else got sick that day. I knew
One
like three other people that were chunking their guts up.
one time that I got food poisoning, I was on a choir trip and we went to a dinner show, and like at the very end of the dinner show, like it was the finale, I threw down my food, okay? There was not a single lick of sauce left on the plate. Like it was all in my gullet.
Not a crumb to go.
Not a crumb to go. And like it was I was watching the finale, and then I just hear my stomach gurgle and rumble from hell. Like it was so I was like, okay, I don't know what that was, time to lock in. And then I don't know why, but I trusted a fart and I just shit in my pants.
Oh,
But
um,
I clenched my cheeks fast enough so none of it got in my pants.
that's some talent to be able to clench your cheeks before the poop gets out. But
Some people,
that's why I live by the saying: "Do not trust a fart. Never trust a fart.
you look like a fart.
You smell like a fart."
Okay. Well, touche.
Hmm.
But oh, what was I gonna say? And that night, I come to like think about it, every single person got food poisoning from this location that we ate at. So it was
Maybe you shouldn't go back there. I think they gave you raw meats.
well, I honestly don't care because that raw meat was delicious. Have you seen that TikTok of this woman? And she's like, what I eat in a day as a high fat carnivore. And then she like takes a big chunk of a bite out of raw meat. And
Of
then
the raw meat patty, yeah.
she just goes, just kidding, and then like puts it in a pan. What do you mean, just kidding? We saw
Yeah,
you.
yeah, like it already touched your mouth. You
You
already have like food poisoning.
you put the meat in your mouth and you bit it off. And you chewed it. And you liked it. So
I love putting meat in my mouth, but not raw meat.
I had at my grandmother's today millionaire spaghetti, which is like baked spaghetti, but like with a bunch of other types of cheeses in it and sausage. And the sausage tasted so good. Speaking of sausage, I love the Totino's party pizzas, but the sausage ones. Those are my favorite store-bought pizza. What's yours?
This is gonna get controversial. I don't like sausage on my pizza.
Well, I cheese pizza is my favorite, and I don't like anything besides cheese pizza. The only exception is the Totino's sausage party pizza.
Well, okay, speaking of having stomach issues, which, as you have said, I have, so I can't have pizza because of the sauce and because of the cheese because I will end up not being able to clench my cheeks fast enough. So,
Some people
the
have
only
some
pizza
people have hand reaction time. I have cheek reaction time.
I think it's because you poop on yourself so much, you've just gotten used to it.
So that's actually false. I don't poop on myself so much, like maybe once a year.
I feel like that's more than the average person, though.
No, let me Google it right now. Hold up.
Okay. While we intermit for the pause real quick, my cat is standing on her back legs walking around, and I'm not lying to you. She has literally been standing on her back legs. What are
Um,
you doing?
that's kind of crazy and concerning.
Well, I did find her downtown in a bush, so maybe she has radioactive poisoning.
You look like you have radioactive poisoning.
Thank you.
Okay, I looked up on average how many times do people poop their pants a year? I'm not
I feel like
giving
your
I'm not
Google
getting
search
like
history
a
is definitely insane.
I'm not getting like a definite answer.
Everyone's different.
How
I would
many
have to
times
say the amount of times that I poop myself a year, like on average, is probably 2 to 3. 3 like being a bad year.
wait. So I lo- when I looked it up, a suggested question was, I'm a 13-year-old boy and I like to poop my pants. Is that normal?
That's like a Reddit type question.
It's not Reddit. It's what is this? Quora?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've heard of that.
Oh,
This cat is like awfully long. Like she's super long and skinny.
also a suggested question is, how often should an adult poop? 3 bowel movements a day to 1 every 3 days. 1 every 3 days.
There's no way I can do that. I literally I usually go about 4 times a day, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I'm like 3 or 4. Oh, when I went to a music conference a couple weeks ago and I was in a big city, I guess it was just like the big city air, but I pooped 7 times in one day.
Yeah, it was probably the air because I heard the air there is definitely very tainted, and
Well,
so was the area between your butt cheeks after all that raw shit coming out. Now,
well, you didn't need to paint that picture.
well, you painted the picture for me, so I figured everybody else needs to hear about it.
Well, I think also it might have been Chipotle's fault because I did eat Chipotle that day for the first time ever. Like, it was the first time I've ever had it. And it was good, but like, the place was so messy. And oh my gosh, the manager was screaming at their employees. Like, this one guy, there was barely any cheese left in the container, so he just gave me the rest of it on my burrito bowl. And the manager, like, walked up to him and screamed at him, "You only need to do 2 fingers of cheese. You need to finger the cheese." And then
I
he
can
said,
actually relate with that.
and then he said, "Don't let me catch you giving people a handful of cheese. You need to finger the cheese. 2 fingers."
When I worked at a ballpark concession stand, we would do like chili dogs, and we would often like run out because these people there like they loved their hot chili meat and their cheesy wieners,
They love
and
sucking down them glizzies.
they really did. People would come up there and get like 6 per person, and then they'd get mad when you were too slow. But anyways, so we weren't allowed to give like more than the recommended amount from per ball, like the boss would tell us. Well, one time, it was getting late and we were running out anyways. It's much like this situation. And apparently, like, I guess I wasn't paying attention because, like, one of the people over, like, the head of everything came in there and saw me dousing this wiener with the cheese. And she got very upset with me. She started saying, that's way too much cheese for that little wiener. And I was like, well, that's definitely an average sized wiener, ma'am. You don't need to be saying that about people.
Size
And
doesn't
then
matter.
size doesn't matter. What were we
It's the
talking
way
about
you
last time?
use it.
Yeah.
I would like to take a vow of silence now.
hmm
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I was trying to think about what we said last time about why size doesn't matter. Because you said something.
Oh, yeah, so I have this huge crater of a pimple on my
Oh,
chin,
yeah.
and it, like, splooged out a piece of hard skin, and then it splooged out like a little blood clot.
Boy, do I know about blood clots.
Okay. Well, I actually think my rapper name should be Lil Blood Clot.
I agree.
Would you buy an album from Lil Blood Clot?
Honestly, I probably would. I feel like I would enjoy it.
Now, we're coming up to the 15-minute mark of our show. Well, we just hit it.
We
And
did.
my thing won't record for longer than like 16 minutes. So say your final remarks now, or forever hold your peace.
All I gotta say is don't ever trust a fart. You will regret it.
Your mom holds my peace.
Okay. Well,
Let us know in the comments if you ever trust a fart and if you finger the cheese.
I love fingering cheese.
It has to be my favorite hobby. You know what? I need to see if the Chipotle is hiring because I think it's my passion.
You'd be really good at it.
Oh my gosh, we should work at the Chipotle together and finger cheese for people.
We should.
No gloves, raw dog in the cheese.
I'm gonna raw dog the cheese on that bowl.
Your mom raw dogs me.
You know what? I'm gonna raw dog your mom in that little costume she was wearing.
You know what? People don't need to know about this. And you know what? Even though we're keeping this anonymous, what if she sees this?
If she sees it, then she'd be very happy to know that I'm gonna raw dog her. Just saying.
I think no one would be happy about that. And that is officially our show, yourmom.com.
Thank
And
you.
let us know if you liked it. Give us a thumbs up, or I will be in your room tonight.
Yes.
Bye bye, y'all.
See ya.